He did everything right, saved every month for 12 years. Never missed a single deposit. By the end of it, he could afford less than when he started. In a busy port town where merchants traded goods from across the land, two brothers grew up watching their father work. When their father passed away, he left them each 100 gold coins. Not a fortune, but enough to build something if they used it right. The older brother was named Dodd. The younger was named Malik. Dodd was the careful one. The moment he received his inheritance, he locked it away. He placed all 100 coins in a strong box at the town bank. The bank promised him safety. No one would steal it. No one would touch it. It would sit there untouched, exactly 100 coins for as long as he wanted. Dodd felt proud. He had done what his father taught him. Save your money. Protect what you have. Don't gamble. Don't risk. Just keep it safe. Every year on the anniversary of his father's death, Dodd would visit the bank, open the strong box, count the coins. 100. Still there. Still his. He'd close the box and walk home feeling secure. Malik took a different approach. He also respected his father's memory. He asked a question Dodd never thought to ask. What is this money actually worth next year? Nobody in the town had an answer for him at first, but Malik kept digging. He talked to older merchants. He watched prices at the market. And over time, he noticed something that most people ignored completely. The price of bread went up. Not a lot, just a little each year. The price of cloth went up. Cost of rent went up, slowly, quietly, almost invisibly. Every single year, the same coins bought slightly less than they did the year before. This bothered Malik. So he did something with his coins instead of locking them away. He invested 20 coins into a small trading venture in the first year. He kept the remaining 80 in the strong box for safety. The trading venture returned 30 coins by the end of that year. Now he had 110 coins total, more than he started with. The next year, he invested 30 coins, kept 80 in reserve. The investment returned 40. Now he had 120. He kept doing this year after year. Not recklessly, not all at once. He always kept a portion safe. But he never let the majority of his money sit still. Now cut back to Dodd. 5 years in, he went to the market to buy the same supplies his father used to buy. A sack of grain, a bolt of fabric, a week's worth of basic food. When he was younger, those items cost him about 15 coins combined. Now they cost him 22. He still had 100 coins. But those 100 coins now bought what 70 coins used to buy. His money hadn't moved, but the world had. Dodd didn't notice this shift at first because the change was so gradual. A coin here, 2 coins there, nothing dramatic in any single month. But compounded over years, the damage was enormous. His strong box looked exactly the same. The number inside never changed. But the value of each coin inside that box was shrinking every single year without him realizing it. 10 years after receiving his inheritance, Dodd opened his strong box for the anniversary count. 100 coins. Still there? He smiled. Then he walked to the market and tried to buy a small piece of land. Something modest. Yes. Something his father would have approved of. The merchant quoted him a price. Dodd felt his stomach drop. The land that would have cost 60 coins when his father was alive now cost 140. His entire inheritance, his entire life of careful saving, wasn't enough. Walked home that night feeling cheated. He hadn't done anything wrong. He had saved. He had been patient. He had protected what was his. But the world had quietly stolen the value of his money while he wasn't watching. Malik, by contrast, sat down that same year and calculated his position. His investments had grown and compounded over a decade. He now held roughly 260 coins in total assets. Some in cash, some in property, some in ongoing business returns. 8. The inflation that had crushed Dodd's purchasing power had barely touched Malik because his money had been growing faster than prices were rising. Malik could have bought that piece of land 3 times over. Here is the invisible trap that most people walk into. They equate saving with wealth. They think that if the number in their account stays the same or grows a little, they are winning. But money that sits still is not safe. It is slowly being consumed, not by thieves, not by bad luck, by time itself. Every year, the cost of living rises. Even in good years, it rises 2 to 3%. That means money sitting in a basic savings account or a strong box loses 2 to 3% of its real value every single year. Over 10 years, that adds up to roughly 20 to 30% of your purchasing power gone. Over 20 years, it can cut your money nearly in half in terms of what it can actually buy. Dodd's coins never disappeared, but their ability to do anything meaningful disappeared slowly, one quiet year at a time. The fix is not complicated, but it requires a mindset shift. Saving is not the goal. Saving is step one. The goal is making sure your money grows faster than inflation erodes it. Even modest growth of 7 to 10% annually through index funds or simple investments beats inflation by a wide margin over time. Here's what to do starting this week. First, look at your savings. Calculate how long that money has been sitting still. If it has been in a basic savings account for more than 1 year, earning less than 2%, inflation has already started eating it. Second, separate your money into 2 parts. Short-term portion for emergencies, 3 to 6 months of expenses, kept liquid and safe. And a long-term portion, everything beyond that, which needs to be working. Put that long-term portion into something that grows. Index funds are the simplest option. You do not need to be an expert. You just need to start. Third, automate it. Set up a monthly transfer into an investment account. Even $50 a month compounds into something meaningful over a decade. The key is that the money moves automatically before you have a chance to spend it. Be honest about the timeline. Year 1, the growth feels invisible. Year 3, you start to notice. Year 10, the difference between your account and a sitting strongbox is dramatic. Dodd's strongbox looked safe. It felt safe. But safety without growth is just a slow disappearance. Your money is either fighting inflation or losing to it. There is no middle ground. Subscribe for more wealth parables.